Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of TEPSA Presents. I'm your host, Todd Nesloni, the Director of Culture and Strategic Leadership here at the Texas Elementary Principals and Supervisors Association. I am so excited to bring you another one of our member spotlight episodes. These have been so much fun for me to do, just to find different members in our association to introduce to everybody at large. And today, my special guest is Miss Kadoria Burgess. Kadoria, thank you so much for being here. Can I tell everybody who you are?
Hi, my name is Kadoria Burgess. I am an assistant principal in Fort Worth, Texas, and an aspiring principal, and of course, hopefully do big things in the world of education.
I love it. So when did you know, let's start with just being an educator period. When did you know that you wanted to go into teaching?
So I attended Vanderbilt University in Nashville, wonderful Peabody College, and I took a class called Black Issues in Education. So I took it as an elective. I had no intention of being an ed major. I was going to be an econ major and Japanese. And I fell in love with that class. I read Jonathan Kozol's Savage Inequalities. And like the more I read, the more I understood about like, someone needs to change this. Someone needs to do something about this. And I was like, you got to be the change you want to see. It's going to be you.
Yeah.
And like everyone thought I was crazy, but I was like, I have to change my major. I'm going to be an ed major. And that was the major shift for me. And that's kind of where I fell in love and found my passion.
I love it. There's always two different types of educators. There's those who are like, oh, I set up all this stuff as kids and taught school as a kid. And there's people who are like, I wasn't expecting it, but I fell into it and fell in love with it. So I love hearing that journey. Well, Kadoria, at some point, you're in the classroom, you're teaching, and you decide, I think administration might be a path for me. How did that come about?
So, I took the good and the bad. So there is some experiences I was like, oh, I really think that this can be better and be done differently.
Yeah.
And, again, I'm a type of person, if you say something about it, you kind of got to be a part of the solution instead of talking about the problem.
Yeah.
So at that point, I decided to pursue my master in ed. That journey took me several years. It didn't kind of happen clearly like a linear path, but I'm actually really happy I had all the experiences along the way before I actually launched fully into, school administration. I think it was very valuable.
I love that. So you've been in it for how many years? How many years have you been in education?
This is my 12th year.
And then how many years in administration?
So this is my first year as assistant principal.
Congratulations. I didn't realize that. Congratulations.
Yes. I've held some other positions, supervisory ESO coordinator position, and had a staff, but definitely made the move and the switch back to, full campus administration, and really excited that I did.
So, you start your first year as an assistant principal during COVID in the midst of insanity. What has it been like for you? Because I know in experienced administrators are like, oh my gosh, this is so different than anything else. You don't know anything different as an admin. And so what's it been like for you coming into all this?
So I kind of felt like I watched it from the sidelines just slightly in the years previous. And my heart would go out and I just kind of listened to the stories.
Yeah.
But stepping into the role and the situation, you definitely have to be flexible, right? You never know when school's going to close. You never know when you're going to quarantine a class. You have all of these different protocols and things that you're going to do while still trying to educate students and support teachers and make sure that the building's not on fire. Yeah. And so I think that I actually think it's made me more flexible. I think it stretched my skill set. I think it made me think beyond some of the things I would have thought general administration is, because I've had to do some things like communicate some messages and things to parents and families in the community that's just a little bit different than you typically would in a traditional, so to speak, school year.
Yeah. I love that. Well, what a year to be a first-year admin, let me tell you. Well, Kadoria, one way that I love to kind of wrap up these conversations with our member spotlights, just to give everybody a glimpse of who you are. But I want you to leave our listeners or our viewers with a word of advice, a lesson learned, a takeaway. What are you leaving for everybody today?
I think the biggest thing for me has been coaching. Coach to grow, coach to make a one-on-one connection. I've actually found more ways to make connections with my teachers through coaching, because then they come back and be like, oh my gosh, like, I did it and it worked.
Yeah.
Or, oh my goodness, like that thing, that aggressive monitoring thing, like, it's good. And then they also like feel like I'm giving them FaceTime and I'm supporting them and I have their back and I'm understanding their struggle and not just saying, hey, get better, but I'm walking alongside and hopefully helping and modeling and training and all the things that come with the coaching process. So coach.
I love it. Well, Kadoria, if people are listening or watching and they want to connect with you, are you on social media anywhere?
Yes, LinkedIn. Look for me, Kadoria Burgess. I am also on Facebook, Kadoria Ivory Burgess. I tend not to do other social media just because, like,
I understand.
I'm still like getting used to some of those things myself. I'm like just getting used to TikTok. So like those are my main two platforms.
Wait. So we can't find you on TikTok yet and watch some of your videos
My
or
kids
anything?
are trying to get me to make TikToks and videos. I have committed next school year to doing the TikTok.
I love it. Well, Kadoria, it has been so great to meet you and introduce you to all of our members at large, and we hope to see you in person soon. And thank you so much for being a guest today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Todd.
And thank you everybody for watching or listening another episode of TEPSA Presents. We hope to see all of you at our TEPSA Summer Conference, June 8th through 10th at the Kalahari Resort. You are not going to want to miss it. And we have 6 amazing master classes that you can sign up for now before they fill up. So we'll see you all soon.